This is the Infinix Hot 20i, more like a rebranded Infinix Hot 12i if you ask me. Now, there are two variants of the smartphone with different processors out there, one which goes for 72,000 naira and the other which goes for about 92,000 naira, which is the one I have here. Make sure to stick around to the end of this video so you don't make that expensive decision in getting the worst or bad value for your money. Now, we're going to talk about the Infinix Hot 20i, and so, without taking much of your time, yo guys, let's get started. Basically, you get all the accessories from within the box as you'd expect for budget devices like this one. You get the smartphone itself, a 10-watt charger, a micro USB cable, a pair of earphones, the SIM ejector, and a hard case for protection. In terms of the design, the first thing that grabs your attention is this dual tone design at the rear of the smartphone. But in the real sense, it's just a single shade of plastic with two-tone design, and it actually does feel the same and smooth when you run your finger through it. Other aspects in terms of the design are pretty much standard. You have the volume rocker keys and the power button to the right side, a dual SIM tray with a micro SD card slot to the left side for memory expansion. To the bottom side, you have a 3.5mm jack port here, a mouthpiece opening, a micro USB port. Infinix, I thought we agreed to no longer use this port. And a single down-firing speaker, while the rear gives you the camera module with LED flash and also a fingerprint scanner. Now, flipping over to the front side gives you a display with a dewdrop notch and the top side aligned LED flash. This display is a 6.6-inch display, 720p in terms of the resolution, and obviously 60Hz in terms of the refresh rate. If you guessed LCD, yeah, that's exactly what you get from the smartphone. A pretty much okay display that doesn't really get bright outdoors, but works well for your indoor entertainment and media consumption needs. My unit here comes with 4 gigs of RAM, which can do the virtual RAM stuff to pull it up to 7 gigs. You have a 64 gigs of internal storage on here, and this smartphone here, my variant, is being powered by the MediaTek Helio G25 processor. There is also one powered by the MediaTek Helio A22 processor, which I do not recommend. If you want basic gaming experience and something that can handle day-to-day smartphone activities, this works just fine. But when you begin to think of high-end games and performance or processing on this device, this isn't where you should look. Anything heavy would really struggle and start to stutter on the Infinix Hot 20i. Now, you get Android 12 on the smartphone this time, which is an upgrade from the Android 11 you got on the Infinix Hot 12i. The UI is still pre-installed with bloatware applications and the likes. Now, this is not the best experience out there, but hey, this is about what you should get or expect for a device of this price point. For the camera side of things, you get a triple camera setup at the rear, which holds a 30-megapixel main lens, the QVGA and extra lens that pretty much wasn't necessary, and an 8-megapixel front-facing camera. Here are some of the photos taken with this smartphone. Just let me know what you think about the photos and the videos as they roll up on screen. A 5000 mAh battery powers this guy here, meaning you get about 2 days of use on a single charge from the smartphone, all thanks to the little not so power hungry processor found within. Now, the not so good thing about this power here is you have a 10-watt charger from within this box to juice this from 0 to 100 in about 3 hours. The battery life and performance is actually great for this device, but 3 hours means you'd have to let this thing charge for a long time. But tell me guys, isn't that a long time to charge a smartphone these days? For the price at which you get this smartphone, this variant, which is 93,000 naira, it is an okay device, but one thing you should know before going out there and getting an Infinix Hot 20i is that there are two variants. One with the Helio A22 processor, and this one right here with the Helio G25 processor, which I do recommend. So in whatever you do not get the other variants, as this is the better of the two. Subs if you love this video, and also do not forget to like. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Kuidati.